Welcome to the Deep Dive. You've shared some really interesting material with us about the process control equipment market.
Yes, it's a fascinating area.
And it strikes me that this is a sector that, well, it underpins so much of modern industry, even if it doesn't always grab the headlines.
Absolutely. We're talking about the essential tools of automation here. The sensors constantly feeding back information,
Right.
the controllers making those real-time decisions, the actuators and valves actually doing things in the physical world.
All managed by those big systems?
Exactly, all orchestrated by sophisticated distributed control systems, or DCS. Ultimately, it's about ensuring industrial processes are safe, efficient, and operating at their peak.
Okay, let's unpack what makes this market tick then, because the numbers you've given us, they paint a picture of pretty significant expansion,
They do.
driven by some pretty fundamental shifts, right? We're seeing more and more industries turning to automation for sure.
That's a key driver, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not just about replacing manual tasks anymore.
Oh, how so?
This wave of automation, it's increasingly about predictive capabilities, systems that can anticipate needs, optimize processes proactively
So moving from just reacting to problems.
to actually preventing them in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And alongside that, you've got the constant push for greater efficiency and the ever-present landscape of evolving regulations. Those are significant catalysts, too.
Got it. So our goal today is to really dive into the heart of this market report you've provided.
Right.
We want to pull out the key trends, the insights, so that you, our listener, come away with a clear understanding of this, well, dynamic and growing sector.
And the sheer scale of this market is worth noting right away. In 2024, we're talking an estimated, $155.9 billion?
Wow, okay.
And projections show it climbing to nearly $234 billion by 2032. That's a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR of 5.2%.
Now, 5.2% might sound kind of modest on its own.
It might, but in a market this huge, it represents really substantial and sustained investment and innovation, too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It really speaks to a fundamental shift in how industries operate.
It's fascinating to see these broad trends play out in concrete ways, too. I mean, the report mentions that just last year, November 2023, Emerson Electric introduced new AI-powered software.
That's right, focused specifically on optimizing industrial processes.
So that's a perfect real-world example of the kind of cutting-edge development that's driving this growth we're talking about.
And what's fascinating here is how those core drivers we mentioned, process optimization, predictive maintenance, digital automation, are shaping very specific demands now.
Like what kind of demands?
Well, industries are looking for control systems that offer just higher performance overall. Human-machine interfaces, HMIs that are more intuitive, easier to use.
Right, user-friendly.
Exactly. And crucially, equipment that minimizes energy consumption. That's huge now.
And it's not just about making better versions of the equipment we already have, is it? The underlying tech is evolving fast, too.
Absolutely. Think about edge computing, which, simply put, means bringing data processing closer to where the data is actually generated, right there in the industrial environment.
So less delay.
Much less delay. It allows for faster, more responsive control. Then you have AI-driven algorithms that can analyze just vast amounts of data to optimize processes in ways that were, frankly, impossible before.
And security must be a big piece of that puzzle.
Oh, definitely. As these systems get more interconnected, robust cybersecurity solutions are absolutely paramount. You have to protect them.
Now, when we look at where this market is strongest geographically, Asia-Pacific really jumps out in the report.
It really does. In 2024, Asia-Pacific accounted for the largest share, something like 42% of the global market.
And why is that?
Well, it isn't too surprising when you think about the rapid pace of industrialization across the region. There's a strong push for automation in manufacturing and significant government support for developing smart factories.
And are there specific countries really leading that charge within Asia-Pacific?
Yes, definitely. China, Japan, and India are key contributors. They're huge investments in vital sectors like petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, automotive manufacturing. Those are major factors fueling that dominance.
Okay. North America also holds a pretty significant chunk of the market, though. What's driving things there?
North America accounted for roughly 28% of the market in 2024.
Okay.
This reflects, well, the strong presence of leading process control equipment manufacturers based in the region, plus a high adoption rate of AI and IoT-based systems.
Oh, early adopters.
Exactly. And also the impact of regulations in key industries like energy and food processing, which often mandate these advanced control solutions.
In Europe, maybe a bit behind the other two, but still a major player,
Oh,
right?
for sure. Europe holds around 25% of the market. Their focus is particularly driven by very stringent industrial safety standards
Right, always a focus there.
and a strong emphasis on energy efficiency, plus an increasing adoption of digital twin technologies.
Okay, digital twins. We should probably circle back to those. They sound important.
Yep. Definitely. They're essentially virtual replicas of physical assets and processes used for simulation, optimization. Really powerful.
So, with a market this large and growing, you'd expect some major players vying for position. Who are the leaders, according to the report?
Yeah, the report identifies Siemens AG as the market leader in 2024. They had about a 14.2% share,
Okay.
followed by ABB Ltd. At 12.3%, and then Honeywell International Inc. holding about 8.5%. These are the established giants.
And how are they staying on top? What are their strategies?
It's pretty comprehensive, really. They consistently invest heavily in R&D, research and development,
Makes sense.
focusing on enhancing the capabilities of their systems. Think automation, precision, efficiency. We also see strategic partnerships, maybe with smaller, innovative companies, and acquisitions, too, to bring in new tech.
Plus, just constantly improving their own products, I
Well,
assume.
absolutely. A continuous cycle of product innovation is key.
It sounds like the competitive landscape is only going to get more intense then.
Yeah, the expectation is that competition will indeed heat up in 2025.
What is that?
It's largely due to the ongoing momentum of Industry 4.0, which is bringing new players, new solutions to the forefront. Plus, you have the expansion of industrial automation in rapidly developing economies. More markets opening up.
It seems pretty obvious why there's such a demand for this equipment, though. The benefits for industries seem, well, pretty clear-cut.
Absolutely. Process control equipment is highly valued because it directly translates to, well, improve operational efficiency, for one.
Which everyone wants.
Everyone wants that. And significant reductions in costly downtime, plus enhanced safety protocols. That's crucial across vital sectors like oil and gas, chemicals, power generation, pharmaceuticals. The list goes on.
And within the broader industrial automation market, process control is a pretty big slice of the pie, right?
It is. In 2024, it constituted roughly 50% of the total industrial automation market, half of it.
Wow.
And within that, things like programmable logic controllers, PLCs, and those distributed control systems, the DCS we mentioned, are key components.
And is that share expected to stay static?
Actually, no. The report projects this share will grow slightly, maybe to 52% by 2025. So its importance within the whole automation landscape is actually increasing.
Okay, let's delve a bit deeper into the technologies that are really fueling this market. AI, IIoT, cloud-based systems, we hear these terms constantly. What's their real impact on process control?
Well, the fundamental impact is the ability to extract just unprecedented insights from industrial operations.
Okay. How?
The integration of AI, the Industrial Internet of Things, that's IIoT, and cloud systems enables real-time data analytics. It lets companies monitor processes literally as they happen.
So they can make immediate adjustments.
Exactly. Adjustments for optimization or maybe to address potential issues before they become big problems. And remote monitoring capabilities are hugely enhanced too. Oversight from basically anywhere.
And beyond these core technologies, AI, IIoT, cloud, there are other supporting innovations that are crucial too.
Precisely. Take that digital twin technology we mentioned earlier.
Right. The virtual factory simulator.
Yeah, kind of like a sophisticated flight simulator, but for an entire factory or process. It lets companies create these virtual replicas to test changes, optimize operations, all without impacting the real-world environment.
That sounds incredibly useful.
It is. And of course, robust cybersecurity measures are just non-negotiable. You have to protect these increasingly connected industrial networks.
And edge computing plays a role too.
A vital role. It enables faster processing of data right at the source, which reduces latency, that delay, for critical control loops. Very important.
The report highlighted some specific examples of company innovations from just last year. What stood out to you there?
Well, in 2023, Siemens AG introduced an AI-powered system. It was designed to optimize manufacturing workflows using predictive analytics.
Okay.
ABB Ltd. expanded its IoT offerings with new sensors specifically tailored for better process monitoring in energy-intensive industries.
Makes sense.
And Honeywell International Inc., they focus particularly on strengthening the cybersecurity aspects of their control systems, so you see different angles there.
Yeah, different priorities. And this technological advancement, it's not happening at the same rate everywhere, is it? Asia-Pacific seems to be leading the pack here, too.
That's right. Asia-Pacific isn't just the largest market by size, it's also the fastest growing in terms of adopting these new process control technologies.
And the numbers back that up.
They do. The projected increase in their market share from about 40% in 2024 to 43% by 2025. That's a significant jump. It comes with that really strong 9% compound annual growth rate in tech adoption. It really underscores this rapid uptake.
So the same countries we identified as market leaders in the region, China, Japan, India, they're also driving this tech surge.
Exactly. Their strong emphasis on industrial automation and overall digital transformation is the primary engine behind this technological growth.
What about North America on the tech front?
North America also remains a significant player in technological adoption. They hold about a 30% market share there.
And that's because,
Well, it benefits from its well-established advanced manufacturing sector, and as we mentioned, often being an early adopter, particularly of AI in process control.
okay, so it's clear this market is on a strong growth trajectory. What are the fundamental reasons behind this increased adoption of industrial automation and the resulting opportunities for process control equipment?
At its core, the driving force is really this relentless pursuit of greater precision and efficiency across pretty much all industries.
Always looking for that edge.
Always. Companies are constantly seeking ways to optimize their operations, minimize waste, and crucially, enhance the quality of their products.
And the report points to specific industries that are increasingly relying on these process control solutions.
Yes, sectors like oil and gas, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, and water treatment. They're all significantly increasing their deployment of these solutions.
And their goals are pretty straightforward.
Very clear. Achieve higher levels of productivity, improve product quality consistently, and optimize the use of their resources, energy, raw materials, everything.
And the whole Industry 4.0 and IIoT movement is really pouring fuel on this fire, isn't it?
Absolutely. These trends, they necessitate sophisticated equipment. Equipment that can provide real-time data analysis, enabling things like predictive maintenance.
To prevent costly breakdowns.
Exactly, preventing those costly disruptions and ultimately improving overall operational efficiency. I mean, the report highlighted that back in 2024, automation technologies already accounted for nearly 45% of the total market share. That shows how widespread this is.
So those advanced control systems like DCS, PLC, and SCADA, they're becoming table stakes almost.
Pretty much. The deployment of these advanced distributed control systems, programmable logic controllers, and supervisory control and data acquisition systems, SCADA, it's no longer a luxury. It's really a necessity for industries aiming to maximize efficiency and minimize downtime in today's competitive world.
Another significant factor you touched on earlier seems to be the growing emphasis on energy efficiency.
That's a critical point, yeah. The increasing demand for energy-efficient solutions is huge. It's driven by both the desire to cut operational costs,
Which is always appealing.
always, and also the need to comply with increasingly strict environmental regulations. That's a major contributor to the market growth for process control equipment.
And smart sensors and AI are playing a crucial role in actually achieving these energy efficiency goals.
Indeed. The growing implementation of smart sensors combined with AI-driven analytics allows for real-time monitoring of energy consumption and other process parameters.
Leading to optimization.
Yes, leading to optimized energy use and, importantly, reduced need for manual intervention in these critical areas.
The report even gave some specific industry examples of how this is being implemented right now.
It did. In the pharmaceutical sector, for instance, the adoption of something called process analytical technology, or PAT, is really on the rise.
And that helps with
It helps ensure that really stringent quality control needed to meet good manufacturing practices, GMP. And in the chemical and oil and gas industries, you're seeing AI and machine learning-powered predictive maintenance tools significantly improving equipment reliability and overall process efficiency.
And it's not just private companies pushing this, is it? Governments seem to be playing a role too.
That's right. Government initiatives promoting energy efficiency and sustainability are definitely leading to increased adoption of process control equipment. Think about sectors like power plants and water treatment facilities.
Water treatment was mentioned specifically.
Yes, the report specifically mentions significant investment in automation within the water and wastewater treatment sector. The goals there are enhancing efficiency and ensuring compliance with environmental regulations.
So it really sounds like the factors driving this growth are pretty deeply embedded. They're likely to keep pushing the market forward for some time.
I think so. The whole global movement towards sustainable and energy-efficient operations strongly suggests that the demand for sophisticated process control equipment will only intensify in the years to come.
Okay, now despite this really positive outlook, the report also highlights some significant challenges, things that could potentially hinder the market's growth. What are the main obstacles we need to consider?
Well, one of the most significant is probably the substantial initial investment required. Implementing these advanced process control systems isn't cheap.
Right, a big upfront cost.
Exactly. And that can be a considerable barrier, particularly for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. They might find it difficult to justify the costs of integrating AI, IoT, cloud-based systems.
And it's not just the cost of the hardware and software itself, is it? There are other costs involved.
No, you're right. It also includes the need for highly skilled professionals, people to handle the installation, the operation, the ongoing maintenance of these complex systems.
And finding those people can be tough.
It can. The report points out that a shortage of technical expertise in certain regions can significantly slow down adoption rates. It's a real bottleneck.
Another challenge mentioned was the issue of compatibility or interoperability between different systems.
Yeah, that's a key concern. The lack of seamless interoperability between, say, different generations of control systems or between new systems and older legacy equipment that can create major headaches.
Meaning more cost.
Often, yes.
Yeah.
Companies frequently face the need for costly upgrades and complex integration projects just to ensure everything can talk to each other effectively.
And in our increasingly interconnected world, cybersecurity has to be high on the list of concerns.
Absolutely, it's paramount. The growing connectivity of these process control systems inherently makes them more vulnerable to cyber attacks.
And the potential consequences are severe.
Very real. Operational disruptions, significant financial losses, and even safety compromises. So significant and ongoing investment in robust cybersecurity measures, firewalls, encryption, monitoring, it's just essential to mitigate these risks.
Finally, navigating the complex web of regulatory requirements sounds like another potential roadblock.
Yes, the stringent and often evolving regulatory requirements and compliance standards, they vary across different industries, different countries.
So it's hard to keep up.
It can create a significant burden for businesses, yeah. Staying up to date with all these changes and ensuring continuous compliance demands significant time, resources, and expertise.
Okay, let's shift focus now. Looking ahead, what are some of the key future developments that the report anticipates for the process control equipment market? Where's it all heading?
Well, the future is definitely geared towards even tighter integration of these cutting-edge technologies we've been talking about.
So more AI, more edge computing.
Exactly. We can expect to see artificial intelligence, edge computing, and increasingly sophisticated automation capabilities becoming even more central to how industrial operations are managed.
And the report mentioned a specific innovation from just this year, 2024, from Yokogawa Electric Corporation. What was significant about that?
Yes. In August 2024, they announced their OperX Informatics Manager.
Okay.
This is positioned as a next-generation software solution. It's designed to really streamline how data is managed within industrial environments. Think of it as an intuitive platform for collecting, analyzing, and visualizing process data from a whole multitude of different sources.
So it's all about making sense of the huge amounts of industrial data being generated, making it more accessible and actionable.
Precisely. By leveraging AI-powered analytics, the OperX Informatics Manager aims to help companies make better decisions, optimize their operational processes, and ultimately achieve greater efficiency.
And does it play nice with existing systems?
That's a key feature. Its ability to integrate with existing control systems is a significant advantage, plus it's designed to support compliance with various regulations.
Beyond that specific example from Yokogawa, what broader trends are expected to shape the future of this market?
We anticipate significant growth in wireless process control technologies.
Wireless. Interesting.
Yeah, this includes the wider adoption of wireless sensors, remote monitoring systems that don't need wires, and more cloud-based solutions. This offers much greater flexibility and scalability for industrial operations.
Especially in difficult locations.
Exactly. Places that are challenging or remote to wire up.
And the idea of truly autonomous industrial systems, is that getting closer to reality?
It seems to be gaining momentum. The development of autonomous process control systems, driven by advancements in AI and machine learning, is definitely on the rise.
Systems that run themselves, essentially.
Yeah, well, systems that have the potential to self-optimize processes with minimal human intervention. That could lead to further gains in efficiency and reduced operational costs down the line.
Finally, those concepts we touched on, smart manufacturing and digital twins, they're expected to have a significant ongoing impact. How will they reshape process control?
Absolutely. The increasing adoption of smart manufacturing principles and the widespread use of digital twins, they look set to revolutionize process control. By enabling things like real-time simulation, predictive analysis of potential issues before they happen, and even automated optimization of entire manufacturing workflows, the continued investment in digital transformation across industries will undoubtedly fuel strong and sustained demand for innovative process control equipment.
Okay. So, to try and bring it all together then, it's really clear that the process control equipment market is undergoing, well, a period of significant growth and fundamental transformation.
That sums it up well.
It's being driven by these remarkable technological advancements and, perhaps just as importantly, a growing global imperative for greater efficiency and sustainability.
That's a concise summary, yeah.
Yeah.
The impact of Industry 4.0 and IoT is just undeniable. It's leading to increasingly sophisticated solutions for monitoring, for predictive maintenance, for overall operational efficiency.
Right.
And we're seeing AI, machine learning, big data analytics, wireless sensors, cloud-based systems. They're all playing increasingly vital roles in optimizing these industrial processes.
And while there are certainly challenges to navigate, we talked about the high initial costs, the need for skilled people, and that ever-present threat of cybersecurity.
Real challenges, Dustin.
The future still looks pretty bright. There's ongoing innovation, like that Yokogawa Opera X example, and the emergence of more autonomous and wireless control systems on the horizon.
Indeed. The continued commitment to digital transformation across industries really signals a robust and constantly evolving future for this critical market.
So for you, our listener, maybe consider this as we wrap up. How might these trends in process control extend beyond the huge industrial players we've mostly discussed today? Could they potentially impact smaller, more specialized operations in the future?
That's a great question.
As these technologies perhaps become more accessible, more affordable, more seamlessly integrated, what new possibilities might emerge across a much wider range of applications? It's definitely a landscape that seems ripe for further exploration. Thanks for diving deep with us today.